So I'm officially retiring the Tokamaduri MP5 Recoil Shock NGRS because it has run into an issue that I just cannot solve, and Tokamaduri themselves refuse to or does not know how to fix. And that's a shame, really, because this is my all-time favorite AEG. If I ever had to just get one, it would have been this guy. And I've had this thing ever since the product released. It's a day one, batch one MP5A5. It has served me well for the last 4 years, until it hasn't. But if you are a owner of a batch one MP5A5 NGRS Recoil Shock, then you'll know that there has been some issues with them. And I have solved those before, but this new issue that has come up is just, it blows my mind. I don't know what's going on. So the first issue that we've ever had with this MP5A5 was the winter issue. So you can't use this thing in the winter because the nozzle or whatever, it becomes way too tight or small that it doesn't feed BBs. And that was easily resolved by either blow drying the MP5 and heating it up to expand the nozzle again, or sending it back to Maduri where they would fix it by replacing the nozzle with new parts. And along with that, you could also fix the issue again by using the Purple Promi hop-up rubber, which is better and gives you more range and all that, or whatever hops you do. And you could also improve it that way. So a combination of that and that would resolve that issue. So that's great. That's fine. The second issue that I had with the MP5A5 was the charging handle. So in all my years of karate chop slapping this thing, I broke it once, not by slapping it, but by actually racking it and pulling it too hard on when I was doing one of those kind of reloads. So that was kind of disappointing, and I had the MP5 down for a while because of that. And that sucked. But luckily, since I'm in Japan, I was able to get a replacement part. I actually got two charging handles. The second one, my friend has it, so I don't know what's going to happen to that. But for now, it's just been replaced and it's good to go. Now, the third issue with the MP5A5, which I have not been able to solve, is the battery issue. Now, I had this problem about in November last year, as in 2024, where I was playing with the MP5A5, I was shooting it, I was having a great time, and it would just stop firing. And then you open up the magazine well and you look underneath, look at the light, and the light would show a red blinking light. And that means that there's not enough battery charge in the thing. So I was like, okay, swap batteries is fine. Swap batteries with my old ass lipos, and that were probably puffy or whatever, because I did not know how to discharge or balance them at all back then, because I didn't even have one of these balancers back then. And I did that, and it just did not happen. It did not work, and I was just getting red all day, and it was just dying. So I had to charge the lipo and then reuse it again. Now, I know it's not a motor issue because this thing sounds fine when I shoot it, and the motor issue, if there was a motor issue, it would be a big light and then 1, 2, 3. Big light, 1, 2, 3. But this is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It just keeps going, keep going when I run out of battery. Now that's fine. That's like a safeguard. It's a fail-safe. I suppose some people say it's not a fail-safe, but the ETU will reject the battery if it is A, too hot, as in more than 25 Cs, or B, too hot or too cold. The battery is too cold and it just won't compute. Now, I've been using something similar to this, not a 1300, but a 1200 20C 7.4 LiPo battery ever since this thing came out, because the Tokamaduri LiPos didn't even exist until a few years ago. And God knows I'm using the nickel metal hydrides. But what is the actual issue? You're probably sitting here, what is the issue? What's going on? What do you mean? What's the issue? The issue is that whenever I shoot this thing, let's say I have 1300, right? 1300 should give me at least 1300 shots, if not 3000 shots. But what's happening is I would shoot it, and it would go down to 1 shot equals 1%. Let me show you. So if I use the DJI side here, because this has better autofocus and it's closer to me, we can see that the battery is at 43% and it's well balanced, okay, for the most part. Now, if I plug it in to the MP5 here, okay, and also we have a brand new connector, because when I sent this to Tokyo Marui to inspect it, and I told them the whole issue, they said they couldn't replicate the issue. They couldn't find an issue with it. It's probably the battery's fault. Mind you, this is a brand new battery. I literally got this 2 hours ago from Amazon. Brand new, brand new, brand new, okay? And all the other batteries I've used are brand new that I've tested this on. Okay, so we were, what were we, 43%? So if we go free fire mode, let's see. Ten shots. Okay, so we're at 10 shots, 43%. If you remember, 43%. I'm gonna plug this back into my balancer. We are now at 36%. 36%, man. And I'm pretty sure if I shoot this thing even more, it's gonna go down. Let's try full auto. So if I go 1, 2, 3, shows blue light. Let's go burst. Oh, that recoil is amazing. So if I did that, we were at 36%. And I plugged this big boy back in. 36%. We are now at 26%. That is abnormal. Back in the day when I used my puffy lipos, and maybe that's the reason why this thing is just so screwed, I'd be able to shoot all day. I would never have to change out the battery, and I was using this thing like crazy. So that is the issue. So it's either A, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. So I first thought it was the connection, right? So my little Tokyo Marui LiPo connection, this guy right here, this had like exposed wires. The wires are exposed. It was pretty bad, and I had to get it fixed. So they replaced the connector for me, and I don't use the actual LiPo, because if I use the actual LiPo, that costs like $70 for also the balancer and the checker and everything like that. It's going to cost me $300 just to use it. Plus, I'd only be able to use the triangle handguard. Would not be able to use my Magpul, or even this guy here. And that was the reason why I used the LiPo, because LiPo OP kind of overdrives the system a bit, and I'm sure a lot of you here on the channel use your LiPo and have no issues. And I didn't have issues with this thing for years. So I thought maybe it's a battery issue or something like that. Maybe it's that connector just short-circuiting everything. Every time I shot it would just short it. But we've replaced the connector and it's still the same, right? So that's a shame. Some of my friends think it's the motor, and if you guys heard the thing shoot just now, let me know if you think it's the motor. But because the ETU and the way it works, it would tell me if there was a motor issue. And it sounds fine to me. It's not screaming like a puppy. And I asked them to, I asked Marui to take a look and inspect it. They didn't think there was an issue with the motor or anything like that. There was no issues. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But all in all, this just means that this MP5A5 is now basically a glorified collector's item now. And I'm not sure if it's the battery or not. Maybe I have to go back to nickel metal hydride. Maybe I have to use those new LiPos that they're talking about. But I feel like if I go with the new LiPo, if I go with the LiPo, then I'm spending X amount of money for this LiPo. Maybe I get the same issue. And then what? I'm stuck with the LiPo. I can't return it, right? You can't return batteries in this country. So it's like I just dropped $300 for nothing. And I'm stuck with a triangle handguard, which kind of sucks, even if you use the smallest LiPo. So that's what's kind of annoying. And I don't know what to do. And maybe you guys know what's wrong with this thing. But until then, rest in peace, MP5A5 NGRS. You've served me well. In the arms of an angel, it's time to go. Goodbye, MP5A5 NGRS Recoil Shock. I say goodbye to you. HK MP5, MP5A5 HK. Anyways, that's all I got for today, guys. Pretty sad video, not gonna lie. I love this thing, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Maybe you guys can help me out. What's wrong with my MP5? Maybe that'll be the title. But anyways, thanks, guys.